Alright, last week I struggled quite a bit. Not physically, nor mentally, but from a business standpoint. I haven't gotten the same results that I would usually get. Traction on social media was much lower. I didn't get as many likes as usual, and just engagement overall was much lower. My posts didn't seem to resonate with anybody really. I didn't have many calls with potential buyers, and as a result, well, I didn't get a single client in an entire week. No cash flow, no revenue, which is obviously the most important thing of a business. And what happens when things don't go as planned? Well, self-doubt creeps in, right? I started to doubt myself, I started to question myself, ask myself all these questions, whether I'm doing the right things, whether I'm good enough, is competition just so much better, what's going on? I doubted myself, asked myself, whether I'm actually on the right path, and I was honestly frustrated. I remember going to the gym and my brain obviously was occupied with all these questions. I was thinking of answers, trying to come up with explanations why this happens. And out of a sudden I had a huge realization, because this situation I was in wasn't much different to my client situation when they feel stuck in their fitness journey. You know, let's say you want to lose 10 kilograms of body fat. You start to work out, you start to eat healthy, and then in the first month you lose 4 kilograms. In the second month, maybe another 3 kilograms. And then in the third month, the first 2 weeks go by and you haven't lost any gram whatsoever. What would happen is that you get frustrated, you would be demotivated, and chances are that you even think of giving up, right? This happens sometimes. It happens to my clients, and in such a situation, it's very important that I show up, that I'm there for them, that I explain that this is just part of the game, part of the journey, and we try to evaluate what they need to adjust and do differently to get better results that they can push through this plateau. It's usually just a few questions that I ask my clients to evaluate what they're doing or what they're actually not doing. In fact, it's 5 very specific questions that I usually ask, and based on those 5 questions, answers respectively, I can tell whether they're actually stuck and need to change up their routine, or whether they just need to be, well, more honest with themselves and really put in the work. Now, being stuck is never a cool thing. It's not a situation you want to be in, right? Everyone wants to see results, everyone wants to get fast results, better yesterday than today. But I feel being stuck or getting stagnated, it just happens to all of us to some point. Maybe it's in the fitness journey, maybe it's in your career, maybe it's in business, whatever. For me, it happened in my business last week. I couldn't get traction, I couldn't get any new clients. For you, well, you're listening to the Stronger Than Yesterday podcast. I think you want to get healthier, fitter, faster, better, leaner. I think at some point you felt stuck too, right? And so I wanted to share those 5 questions that you can ask yourself to identify what you need to change and to evaluate whether you're actually stuck or not. Number 1, very, very simple. How is your exercise compliance right now? You know, when you take up a new fitness program and you decide to work out 3 or even 4 times per week, and you do that for a month or 2, but then in the 3rd month, you decide to, you know, take it a bit easier. Maybe you start to skip the gym once or maybe twice for a week, then for 2 weeks, whatever. And before you realize is you actually only did half of your workouts in month 3. And there you have your answer already. If you skip workouts, if you don't put in the work, then, well, you have your answer. You need to be consistent with your workout routine. And if you feel that you're stuck right now, then just look back 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now. Did you actually put in the work? Did you go to the gym? Or maybe, I don't know, your brother asked you to visit the movies with you, or you went to restaurants instead of going to the gym, or, you know, it was someone else's birthday party that you needed to attend. Ask yourself this question and be freaking honest. Number 2, also very basic. Do you still have some kind of structure in your diet? Or do you eat at random times? You eat whenever and whatever you want? This is a very common one. When you start a new workout / fitness program, you want to give it your all and you're 100% compliant with the diet. And then, I don't know exactly why this happens, but the moment you see results and you think now, okay, everything is fine, you know how it works, people tend to loosen up a bit, right? Oh, a chocolate here and there and a dessert and oh yeah, I went to the gym, so I deserve now these cookies. Well, guess what? If you're like this and if you don't have a structure in your diet anymore, then you know what to look at. Nutrition. Okay, you need to have some kind of structure in your plan, whether it's tracking your calories, whether it's following a diet template. This is what I do with my clients without having to track calories. But you need to make sure that your diet is in check, right? You cannot expect to lose body fat when you eat like in restaurants 5 times a week and have like 3 date nights with pizza every single week, and it doesn't work, unfortunately not. So again, be honest to yourself, look back, ask yourself how many, well, treat/cheat meals you had, how many times you actually had something that wasn't best for your body, and probably you know where to look at and what you need to do to get unstuck. Number 3, are you active and do you get 10,000 steps every single day? Well, it doesn't need to be exactly 10,000 steps, but you want to be active. Even going for like half an hour walk every day makes a difference. And remember, when you do a lot of physical activity, playing soccer, playing tennis, going for walks, you burn calories. And now if you stop doing that, well, what happens? Your overall energy expenditure is no longer as high. And even when now workouts and even your diet compliance is in check, but you're no longer walking that often, this could lead to stagnation, right? It's that simple. So again, be honest, ask yourself, do you still walk? Do you still get as many steps as you did 2 months ago? Or did you become lazy? Honest answer. Number 4, actually also a very obvious one. Do you drink enough water? Because if you do so, you do not only hydrate yourself properly, but you also fill up the stomach and you tend to be less hungry, right? Drinking enough water is essential, no matter what your fitness goal is. And yeah, look back, ask yourself, did I drink enough water yesterday? Did I drink enough water the day before? If it's just like half a liter or even less, a glass of water when you were in the restaurant and had dinner, then that's not enough. And this could be the reason why you got stuck. If you, on the other hand, you get 2 to 3, 4 liters in per day, then good job. Number 5, do you sleep enough? Do you sleep enough? The thing is, even when your diet is in check, even when you put in the work and go to the gym and just give it your all, if you lack sleep, you will not get as good results. It's just the truth. And I've had many clients when exactly this was the reason why they got stuck. All we had to do, it was not a different workout routine, it was not more cardio, it wasn't changing up their diet, but sleep really. Sleep is very important when it comes to building muscle mass and losing body fat. And if you're currently just getting in 3 or 4 hours per night, then you know what to do. You know what to do. Get at least 6 hours a day in. It's for your productivity, it's for your mental focus, but also for your body. Remember that. So if you don't get enough sleep right now, then you know what to do. And again, ask yourself, how many hours of sleep did you get last night and the night before and the night before that? And maybe it's that what you need to change. So those are the 5 questions, and I want that you answer them honestly. And what you realize in 99.9% of all the cases is that there is not actually something off, that you're not actually stuck, but more so that you haven't put in the work, that you were not consistent with your workout, that you haven't slept enough, that you didn't drink enough water. And so in this situation, that means that you need to get back on track, put in the work, and as soon as you do, I promise that the weight will drop again. On the other hand, if you can comfortably say that everything is okay and you've done everything, like, you know, enough water, enough sleep, diet is in check, and workout, you have never missed a workout, you're doing your 10,000 steps every single day, well, be patient. That's my tip, be patient. It's in very rare cases that actually something is off. I mean, yeah, it can happen that we need to tweak a little bit your diet, depending on the situation, but more often it's just like patience that is required. Because remember, putting in the work, being consistent with it, and giving it enough time is the ultimate formula for success. It is. It's hard work, it's being consistent with it, and it's time. Those three things combined, or I would say multiplied, equals results. For me, it was a bit different because like I didn't get stuck in my fitness journey, but more so in my business, and therefore I had to ask myself different questions. I asked myself, I actually went over a checklist and asked, okay, do I still post daily? Do I still go live once every week? Do I upload a new YouTube video? Do I do outreach to speak to potential clients? And what I found is that the quality of my posts simply sucks. Simply sucks. It's something so basic, you know, do a grammar spelling check every time before I post that button. And I totally skipped that part. I totally skipped it. It's like I posted, I went to the gym, but I skipped cardio. All right, it wasn't on my program. For me, it was like a spell check, the post, and I just didn't do it. So it was not actually something new I had to do. It was not a change in diet or like, you know, the kind of things I post. What I really had to do is just like go back to the basics, do it, just go on. You know me, I'm not a person who has problems with being consistent, and I've been posting since many years very consistently, exactly like I go to the gym very consistently. I don't have a problem with that, but even myself, well, the moment I get comfortable and I felt like, okay, I don't need to proofread my posts anymore, well, this is what happened. So simple. And because of this self-reflection I did and the adjustments I made, well, it's now 1 week later, and not even 1 week later, it's just a Wednesday, and business is as usual. Having more calls, having clients again already this week, and again it's just Wednesday. See, business and fitness is not so much different. It comes down to putting in the work, it comes down to consistency, and it comes down to being patient. This is all it takes, really all it takes. So, to wrap this up, let me once again repeat the questions that you can ask yourself whenever you feel stuck in your fitness journey. It's number 1, how is your exercise/workout compliance? Number 2, do you still have some kind of structure in your diet, or do you eat whenever and whatever you want? 3, are you active every single day? Are you getting your daily steps in? 4, do you drink enough water? 5, do you get enough sleep? And by answering those questions honestly, you know what you need to do. You know whether you're on track or whether you need to step up your game. That's it for today. Thanks for the listen. Hope it is useful. Let me know if you have questions, and talk to you soon.